Akemashite omedetou gozaimasu. Ai no tame no heiwa no tame no shiawase no tame no video de hapio o dekiru. It's already been, wow, over 3 hours of 2022 in Japan, Nippon de. And I studied a little bit of Japanese. I still need to learn it because it's tomodachi iwanai desu. Desu kara. I need to make more friends, tomodachi tachi. And it's hard, taihenda. So it'll be, I think it's New Year's in like Korea, the Philippines, and parts of Russia. And it'll be 2022, you know, in some countries by the time I post this. Um, so for this year, I mean, we've had a lot of regrets. 2020 was the worst, wasn't it? And in the end, when you look at my video about how I got to be more centered about leaning towards Trump, or with Tom Likas, that one video, it wasn't about Trump being right. It was about the media being wrong. And Trump can be wrong a lot of times, and he has been, with Saudi Arabia and some of those House of Cards deals he made with other people. Yeah, that's kind of bullshit. But this is the life of every president. Obama was not a saint either. You think about what happens overseas in Syria and foreign countries, with this president now, and it's just a mess. It's just, there is no Messiah president. There never was. I never like the idea that people say, like millennials say, well, I'm not into politics, but you'll vote. You go on Twitter and all of a sudden your IQ points shoot up this high. You get your pop politician hat on, and suddenly you're on Twitter, you see things, and you're forever triggered and outraged by everything you see, that suddenly now you know everything and you don't. I thought you didn't care about politics. Now you care about politics. Now you care about the stuff. It's a mess. Just no. George Floyd, that's a mess. The man needed help, but he was not a hero. Get him his own bench. Same thing with my own people. I trust my own people, my own skin color, way less than anybody else, because my own people will come at me for whatever and try to hustle me, try to get me to buy their shit. And I'm just not interested. I'm not. I'm a turncoat when I need to be, because the thing is that any Chicano that gets up for 8 hours and has to feed their family, has to feed themselves, has to go to work, DSP doesn't understand. Hey, I'll take DSP's live streams if he doesn't appreciate hard work, besides the fact that, yeah, oh, I want these many subscribers to come to me, and just, hey, you're whacking off on stream and you're doing stupid shit. Maybe you shouldn't work those 8 hours. I'll take your fans. But anybody who works those 8 hours, you have my support. Anybody who's just fucking around asking for cigarettes, asking for weed, asking for money, asking for a lighter, I don't think anything of you, honestly. Now, New Year's resolutions are made, but honestly, if you really want to get shit done, you get shit done when you are able to, not on January 1st. But really, it's about, what have you been doing all this time that you got to stop doing? What haven't you done yet that you got to start doing? I never thought I would get this job. Some of you already probably figured out where I work, or not where exactly. Um, I still don't say, because I like to keep my world separate. Okay. Rachel knows what I'm talking about, if Rachel's watching this. Hello. I hope I see you on New Year's Eve, because I'm working tonight on New Year's Eve. But no, I'm terrible with females. I think it's been 9 years or more since I've been on a date with a female. Um, the last time a girl gave me something, I think, was a couple of years ago for New Year's, but it didn't seem to work out. And before that was 2006. It's very rare for a woman to give me something. I always have to give the girl something. Emily, I don't know. I think she's just more for herself. That's tough. So it is that true forced loneliness of women. But what can you do? I mean, there's nothing much you can do. You make the money. The way women see it is that you either are somebody very important in celebrity news, or you get in front of a fire for them. If you take a bullet for a female, literally, okay, and she sees that, she might think you're worth a damn. If you stand up for her or if you make a lot of money, she'll think you're worth a damn, no matter how ugly you are. That's how it is. Um, Aside from that, I'm glad I have this job. I'm glad I have my 1,500 followers. I think I'm catching up to Kali UK's numbers. Kali UK, but Kali UK is mostly retired. Most of the people I've sort of surpassed have retired. Um, Kaz from Dice Odyssey, he posts when he can. I hope he and his family are alive, safe, and in one piece, or you know, in one group. Um, Dreamcast 84, he's retired. He's covered about all the games he wanted to cover, the NTSC and regular Dreamcast games, and anything he wanted to cover. Um, and Kali UK is retired. He's just spending more time at work with his future wife or girlfriend or whatever, fiance. Everybody else who's ahead of me is monetized. They have hundreds of thousands, meaning like RGT85, Star Wars Theory, Simply Nails Logical, Sniper Wolf, RTU, Pat the NES Punk, Angry Joe, Vinesauce, Geeks and Gamers, Boogie, you name it, PewDiePie. I think PewDiePie had over 100 subscribers on his first video that you could ever find on YouTube. PewDiePie. And that's just how he is. It's like, but I really think that we can do better. Now, the year kind of goes with my birth sign, Gemini, which is 2/2. So that's kind of interesting. Um, I am the age my parents were. My brother passed away from AIDS. It's very strange like that. I never got married, never had kids. It never felt right to me. Um, so I'm glad I got that. I'm also thankful I have my phone service, that my own phone service, my own phone. My paychecks will be coming in next week and the week after. I'll be saving that money. I'll be working again probably, if I'm lucky, early, maybe early spring, late spring, but if not, probably in the summertime. Because, and I'm not on, I did place myself on call, but it's like if there are people who with more availability, they'll take my place. It's not like I said, it's a brainless job in that all you have to do is work out a lot, get the exercise, eat the right foods, do push-ups, do sit-ups, do jump rope, do some bicycles, and then you can lift trash bags out of cans and learn to push and pull. It's a lot of physical labor. And the thing I learned about this is that depending on what job you have, it's like McDonald's. You try to serve the people, and people get really mad. Like, where's this right at? Why is this right open? How come this isn't open? Well, we waited all this time. Like they'll be very demanding of people when you're in a higher job. I wouldn't want to work the food. I think the food may be unreasonable. Um, Maybe the guys in the red shirts and the vest, maybe that kind of there's a job where you're going to do better as a greeter, meter greeter. Um, it's just a weird job, but like there's different jobs where you don't have to do as much work, physical labor. Will they pay more? I don't know. That's a question for another time. But yeah, I just want to keep my world separate. I don't want people to ask me because if I ever find something wrong, ever, um, and I'll be fair, but I'll be critical, and I don't want people to say, "Oh, he said this and he said this, fire him," or "He did this, he did this," and I never want to go on Twitter. And I've locked my Twitter, I've locked my Instagram because it is somewhat connected to work. So I've locked my Twitter. I'm going to cancel a couple of subscriptions, one of them to HBO Max and something else, something female related, and try to focus more on paying my phone bills for uh, unlimited internet. I don't really have a life with phone calls anyway. Um, and that's surely it. Um, it's just been a long road for this year. I want you all to know that there were trolls and you know what I have for you, right? But for those of you who haven't trolled me, um, I'm really thankful that you're here. I'm thankful that you're here not just for me, but for yourself. And really, we got to get past all the bullshit. We got to get past. We got to do better. There's a Batman movie coming out next year. I'm not that excited for it. Michael Giacchino, who did Star Trek, who composed music for Star. Michael Giacchino is like Johnny Williams, his illegitimate son, right? Because he composed music for video games. He did The Incredibles. He did Star Trek. He did Star Wars Rogue One. And now he's doing Batman, which is never he's never done a Batman one. He's done Jurassic World, so it'll be interesting. Other than that, I mean, I'm just curious, a little mildly curious. Honestly, I want to see a Batman movie where Batman goes to another country like Russia, like Hunt for Red October, or maybe like Jason Bourne, where you see him in another country. Batman's here, Batman's here, Batman's here, and he goes to another country and he fights. They might just steal it from either Jason Bourne or Spider-Man Far From Home or whatever, and just be like, oh, look, here's the movie. Here's the movie. Batman in Russia, Batman in Germany, Batman in Saudi Arabia, whatever. And it's like, oh, why didn't we think of that? We should have thought of this. We've been doing all these Batman movies, and people get tired of this, but they want to see this. Okay, try something else. Sometimes those original ideas do work. Um, and I will be not next year, but pretty soon. I'll be reviewing the Star Wars stuff. I have a better version of this issue. Now, I could not get for the life of me individual issues to find, but I couldn't, and there's a hardcover that's like $1,200 or almost $1,300 online. So I put the paperback onto my shopping cart. I do believe Dark Horse is doing the High Republic only, so that'll be great. If Dark Horse does some what the fuck moments with their Star Wars stuff, okay, they don't fuck around. Marvel's played it safe. They do some more detailed stories, but and IDW's done Star Wars, but I mean, you got to really go back to Dark Horse. If it wasn't for Dark Horse would have adapted the Dark Plagueis novel. If they had a little more time, they would have adapted the Dark Plagueis novel. They can still do it. They can still adapt the Dark Plagueis novel. And yeah, we'll see what happens. I have the novel. I have the figure, which is now like the action figure is like more than $100, like $130. People look for that. I looked for that and I found it. Some things I find are worth money. Um, and dealing with my family, there's still hatred. There's still bigotry, unfounded hate, unearned hate in place of unconditional love, I think. So I'm happy to be a bit freer of them with this new phone and this new phone service. And I'm going to be saving my money. The only investment I'm going to really make is probably the Steam Deck. But that won't be till like maybe towards my birthday, which I'm a little thankful for that, because at least this way, I can just save the rest of my money for another time. I'll get birthday money from my family anyway, and maybe that'll help pay for it. But honestly, I have so many games, and when do you have enough of something? I got Netflix for free for my phone service, paying $80, so it's not so bad. Every 3 weeks. So anyway, that's about it. I want to wish you all a Happy New Year. It's going to be New Year in about, wow, 12, 13 and a half hours. Probably 13 and a half hours. It'll be New Year's as I'm recording it now, in Los Angeles. But akemashite omedetou gozaimasu. And yeah, that's it. So anyway, Happy New Year. Catch 22.